Hey everybody, what's going on? It is Self-Love Sunday today. So I think I want to come up with a better name for that other than Self-Love Sunday, but that is self-explanatory, so that's why I kept it. I always preach the importance of giving back to oneself and loving oneself. And I do that because I didn't realize how important it was. I didn't realize you can't, like, I've heard it my whole life. You can't love anybody without loving yourself, or you can't pour from an empty cup. I get that, but I never fully understood it. So now that I do, at least I feel like I have more of an understanding than I used to. I get it. I get why it's so important, because you don't know your strengths. You don't know your like, I want to say gifts, but it's probably not a gift. Like, depending on what you are talking about, or depending on what resonates with you when I'm speaking, that's what they're talking about. And again, I feel like everybody is different, so it's not going to be the same thing for me as it is for you. For example, mine is my intuition when it comes to trusting it. And like, because a lot of the times my whole life I've been told, oh, Nia, you're too sensitive, or you're reading too much into it. That's the mega one. You reading too much into it, Nia. Now the thing is, I used to feel like maybe I am too sensitive. Maybe I am reading too much into certain situations. But when I got older, or during this past year, I've learned, again, I think I said this before, but in case I didn't, I'll repeat it. I've learned that my sensitivity isn't a bad thing. It's actually my superpower, because I'm not just sensitive in the effect that, oh, my feelings are hurt easily, or, oh, I took that too personally. That's not the case. I feel it in all areas of my life. I feel happiness, I feel sadness, I feel love, anger, every emotion. I can pick up on other people's emotion. So 9 times out of 10, for cancers especially, they call us sensitive and moody. When we're not really sensitive and moody, we're picking up on other people's moods. Like, we're so empathic, or yeah, I think I'm saying it right. Or is it empathetic? I don't know. Whatever, y'all know what I mean. But our empathic abilities are so strong that we pick up on other people's moods and emotions without even realizing it, and we assume it's our feelings. And I could be, it's probably not just cancers, but I do know with cancers we've gotten a bad rep for that, because of our senses, because of our moodiness. It's not really our mood swings. It's, we may be happy and calm and peaceful, and then Joe Smo walks around angry. Now all of a sudden we're angry and we don't know why. It happens a lot where we feel feelings and moods and we don't know why. Before growing up, I used to assume, oh, something's gonna happen. Like, I'm feeling angry for some reason and I don't know why. It's probably my intuition warning me that something's gonna happen. No, it wasn't, because, well, and if it did happen, I was surprised. It was just like a, I want to say, false confirmation, because in reality, what I was doing was manifesting something bad happening, because I assumed it because of the feelings. You get what I mean? That's how it works. If you think it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. The universe does not understand or respect the fact that you don't want it to happen. All it knows is that you keep saying it, you keep thinking it. So it might be, it's what you want. They don't know the difference between I don't want and I do want. They just know this is what's on my mind constantly. This is what I'm feeling, thinking, and focusing and calling to me constantly. If you're worried, you're calling worry to yourself. If you're excited and happy, you're calling that to yourself. So I guess today is the self-love day. The key to anything you're trying to get, the key to any manifestation, the key to any goal in life is to find it in you. Meaning, I would like to have, I don't want to say happiness, that's too vague. Okay, I'll give myself a random goal. A car, brand new car, Maserati, whatever. I have to find in me, first off, I have to find that desire in me. You get what I'm saying? I have to see, do I really want that? Is that something I really, really want? Now, honestly, because I don't, like, I haven't really thought about it, Maserati. I don't know anything about cars. that manifestation right there is not like, it still may happen, don't get me wrong, because I also noticed that when you don't put a lot of stock into your manifestations, meaning you, oh, spirit, you ever notice, like, if you say something quickly, like, oh, damn, I wish I had that, boom, you thought of it that quick, it was over with, and all of a sudden you got it, right? That quick. It worked because you did all of the formulas needed to manifest. You asked for it, hope, like, you expected to get it. The way you said it, because you didn't put too much stock or emotion into it, you said it in a way like, yeah, I want that. No worries, no fears, no stress, nothing. You put it out there. And you forgot about it, meaning you didn't say, is it going to happen? How am I going to get it? When is it going to happen? Blah, 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 blah. You put it out there, forgot about it. That means you trust. And in return, that is when you trust spirit to bring it back. Okay? Now, a lot of the times, I'll talk to manifestation coaches. I've talked to other brujas. I've talked to witches. I've talked to but not any and everybody, but I've spoken with a lot of people. I've researched a lot of different ways of manifestations. And a common consensus I'm seeing is you cannot worry over it. You cannot, when is this going to happen? I wish this, like, oh, spirit, da 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 da. Because when you're doing that, all you're putting out there is doubt that you think it's going to happen. All you're saying to yourself is, oh, if it was going to happen, it would have happened by now. It would have happened by now. Because if you knew it was, like, if somebody told you, if you got a letter in the mail, confirmation from your boss, whoever, that said your check will be deposited fucking, what's today? October 31st. Okay? Your check will be deposited October 31st. You don't stress and worry hoping that the check is going to be deposited October 31st. You don't scare and check and keep making sure that people are going to send the check. No, because you expect it to be there October 31st. You let it go. You plan as if it's going to be there October 31st, right? You be, oh, I'm going to pay this bill, I'm going to this, that, and the third. That's because you know it's coming. That's the same way you do with your manifestations. You have to put it out there. Okay, I put that request. Spirit knows this is what I want. I'm going to start aligning myself as if it's mine already, because it is. You see what I'm saying? So you want that new car, you start driving or acting like you have that new car. I'm serious. It sounds crazy, but a lot of the first things you do, like, you close your eyes, like, put your hands on the steering wheel and imagine that's what you have. Okay? Imagine, like, you don't see fucking Toyota or Honda. You see whatever. You get what I'm saying? Because it sounds crazy, but that's what it is. I know, and maybe that doesn't sound crazy, but to me, when I say it sounds crazy, I don't mean like psychotic or unheard of. I mean, sounds crazy as in, like, you wouldn't think it was that simple, or you wouldn't think that's how you do it. Now, a lot of our manifestations not a lot, but some may require work or require some practicality on your end. And people don't understand that. I feel like the ones, it's like we're stuck between two. Ones that put too much faith and expect it to fall into their laps, and the ones that think they're supposed to do something to make it happen. Like, you get what I mean? I personally feel like there's a middle ground. I do believe any manifestation that I want or I set for myself, if there's something practical I can do to align myself to do it or to get it, that's what I do. That's all I'm responsible for. Whatever practical moves I can make. Again, the lottery to me is the best example, but it doesn't have to be. Okay, it could be a job. But no, I think the lottery is better, because a job, even miraculously, you can just get that. Okay? The lottery is something, it's an example of your practicality. You putting in the effort too. So, of course, the luck and the possibilities, that's all on spirit side. But you can't win if you don't play. You see what I'm saying? I say this a lot, so I'm pretty sure it's gonna come up in them. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna say this again in future videos if I'm talking about manifestation. But yeah, you can't win the lottery if you don't play. So buying the ticket would be your practical part. That's all you can do. You see what I'm saying? So if anything else, that's what I feel like. I'm going to be working on today as far as the self-love thing. Like I said, you have to know yourself first when it comes to manifestation. So dig in. What do you like? What do you want? What do you dream of? First, you have to believe that you deserve it. Because a lot of people don't even have that first. And that's why it's self-love. That's why self-love is so important. Like, people, I'm going to use myself personally. I've always dreamed of the fairy tale romance that, like, Gomez, Morticia love, that, you feel me? Like, that passionate about each other, just us and all that, us against the world type, me and like, you get what I mean? That's what I've always believed in. And I've always wanted, like, that partner who was, that one for me. So, deep down, though, I realized during, like, this new process and this time of learning and figuring out who I am and learning myself, I also realized that I didn't believe that I deserved a partner like that. Because after years of, I don't want to blame anybody, but situations happen where if you don't get out of something where you're supposed to get out of, or you feel like spirit is pulling you away, or for some reason it's not working, whatever the situation is, if you don't do it, you're gonna wear it. Okay? It's gonna weigh you down some way, shape, or form, whether it's your mental, your spirit, your emotions, whatever it is. And even if you could be the strongest person ever. Because me, I was always strong. I can handle this. I can da-da-da-da-da. But I never realized that it was still getting me in other ways. Like, subconsciously, it did get me. Like, being around something or a situation where it's not feeding your spirit, but pulling and draining and constantly draining from you, it wears you down. Okay? So, because I was worn down, it should keep going out because I'm talking. But anyway, because I was worn down, I didn't feel my best. I didn't feel I was 100% me, or I didn't even know me anymore. I didn't recognize myself. I knew who I thought I was, but I didn't, but I don't know. It was just, but everybody was telling me different, okay? And at some point, I had to learn to look within. And I realized it doesn't matter what everybody's telling me. You get what I'm saying? It's what I tell me. If I feel I deserve better, then I need to start accepting better. I can't say I deserve somebody who treats me like a queen, but accept peasant treatment. You get what I'm saying? You cannot, because then if you do that, you're telling the universe, you're telling the divine spirit, what you call it, you're telling them that you don't really want that because you don't really think you deserve it. You get what I'm saying? So, it may sound harsh, it may sound mean, but it's not. When you say no, or tell or do what's right for your spirit and yourself, it is not wrong. It's not bad. People will make you feel like it's bad. They will make you feel like you shouldn't, but that's because you'll no longer be feeding them. They'll no longer be able to get from you the way they used to. Okay? And because of that, they're not gonna be too happy about it. Okay? So as you can see, it's like I'm talking about personal situations, and I'm talking about people I know that have gone through it, but they're not going to be happy when you decide to do what's right for you, because then that means their free ride is over, or whatever they was getting from you, it's over. So they're going to try to deter you from doing what's best. They're going to try to deter you from from giving to you. Okay? And that's not, If you allow people to keep doing that, you'll allow yourself to keep being run down and used. And I say that, and I'm sorry, and I don't want to say every relationship is using, but I'm just saying, if you could relate to what I'm saying, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, then you got to start saying yes for you and no for you as well. Okay? They will get over it, and if they don't, then they don't need to be in your life anyway. That's another thing I've learned. It's sad, but I had to do a lot of pruning in my life in many areas. Spirit, when they say they go through your life, because I asked for this. I said, Spirit, I want you to go through my life and remove everything that's not conducive to what I'm saying I want. That's not lining me up to the goal in the future and the path that whatever the hell I said I asked for. I know I stand in my own way, Spirit. So I'm asking you to even stop that. Don't even let me stand in my way. And I don't care how much I beg, plead, holler, whatever the case. I want this. This is what I want. And you know how to get it, Spirit. You know how to align me in that path to make it happen. So just tell me what to do. You see what I'm saying? So now, ever since then, I've been taking my little path. I've been doing what I was supposed to. Like, I've been meditating. I don't meditate as much as I used to. And that's the part I need to start working on more. But it's hard. It's not that difficult, but I don't have the time to meditate as much. I do meditate when I do my spell work, but that's not for me, so that's another story. But I do recommend meditation for those of you who can't seem to quiet your mind enough to hear your heart speak. I recommend journaling, because the key is to get to know you, to hear that inner voice that's dying to call out, that's dying to be heard, that's crying out for you to hear them. You hear what I'm saying? Because I feel like a lot of us deal with it. And if you're busy, like we got work, we got kids, we got social life, we got so much going on, and we fail to schedule, like to put ourselves in that schedule too. But the more I made it like a mandatory situation, like at first it started off as an experiment for me, because I still felt like I can do all of this without focusing on me. I can do that last. I can focus on me last. But then it got to the point where I realized the more I did that, nobody focused on me. So, damn, I need to be loved too. I need to be taken care of too. Like, you get me? So I started focusing on myself. What does Nia want? What is Nia hoping for? Who does Nia want to be around? Like, that type of shit. No, matter of fact, the main question was, who am I? And who do I want to be? And what do I need to do to get there? So first, I had to go back and I think the phone just moved, but if it did, oh well, that was a better angle. Thank you, Spirit, I appreciate it. So first I had to go back and heal a lot of old wounds, like a lot of old wounds where I noticed things that were weak. So I did it one at a time, because I didn't want to overwhelm myself with a lot of this life-changing like shit, because I knew at the time Spirit was telling me I had to dig in. I had to I had to go back, like childhood back. You feel me? So it's like you might have to do the same thing. And it's painful to face these things, and I don't recommend doing it alone, only because during these times, like, some of these wounds may be so painful, you might just break down. Like, that happened to me. That was one of the situations for me. And this is called shadow work, aka shadow work. You have to do it. And I know we would rather avoid shadow work, but, wait, my baby is looking out the window for me, so I'm gonna have to. Hey y'all, the babies were good. They were just checking to see if I was still in the car. Always looking at mommy. So, as I was saying, it's important to do the shadow work, because if you don't, you leave yourself open to attacks, spiritual attacks. Period. People can manipulate you. People can change you, trigger you. You feel me? That's why it's important to get it out the way. And once you do that, I'll honestly tell you this: you heal. One, that hole is filled, because it no longer feels like a void, and the power you get from it is crazy. It's a power, because You took back something that once used to crumble you, something that once used to whatever you in any way, shape, or form. And you feel me? So but okay, I say you feel me a lot. Y'all should know, for those of you who do know me, I say you feel me, but that's just a Cancer thing. Like, I'm a Cancer Sun Scorpio moon, bruh. All emotion, feeling and emotion. That's why I take things so sensitively. That's why I'm so, you feel me? It's because of that. I can't help it. So, bear with me on that. I hope it doesn't bother y'all, but that's just how I am. So, again, I just wanted y'all to like work on the shadow work. If you I'm not licensed, but I do have my degree in it, again, when it comes to the psychological part of it. But that's where I feel like I helped myself with a lot of this. Like, I was able to do it, but then again, I had to help with my therapist. I told y'all, so I do recommend therapy too. That's the practical part of healing, while you do the spiritual part. As far as that's cleansing, that's a part of the self-love ritual tonight. That's what, like, my bath, I cleanse myself, I cleanse my kids, and then I spiritually cover us and protect us. Like, we gotta cleanse in all ways, shapes, or form. Miss Sundays is the day I do it. I clean the house, I clean the clothes, I clean like the car, I clean everything. And the car is Nerb. That's his name, y'all. Welcome, meet Nerb, y'all. He's a part of the family. Nerb is a cool guy. He's an old man. So, so like I'm saying, I highly recommend it. Now, and then I want to say this. Now, I wasn't going to say anything because it's all love and light at this point, but if I don't, I'm not being true to myself, and spirit knows me. I mean no harm. I mean no disrespect or no ill will when I interact with anybody or anything. I do, like, I treat trees the same way I treat people. Like, you get what I mean? I treat fucking objects the way I treat human beings. Not like talking, but you get what I mean, with respect, because I would love to have that respect returned. So I'm just saying, damn, I kind of lost track because somebody distracted me. But no, I say that because someone left a comment. I don't remember her name because I just blocked her. I'm assuming it's a female because only females say weird shit like that. Well, not all females, but like, and it was like Empress or something in her name. So yeah, it was a female. So she said, it was a response to my first message, my message from the divine, saying hello, y'all, just reaching out, talking. And she said, you don't speak to the divine. We don't know you. Something like that, talking about her and the divine. She had a personal relationship with the divine, and she knows me. Look, lady, I don't give two shits about how you feel. No offense. I don't understand your person. Like, whatever. You coming at me is disrespectful. You came to my page. Bye. It is that simple. Matter of fact, I made it simple for you. You don't have to be here. I did not. I'm just saying, this is what I'm learning. I'm trying to help. Whoever wants to hear my messages, feel free to be here. You get what I mean? I try to be honest. I try to be open. And I try to be there for my people. Like, those of you who know me know that. So, especially now that I feel like now that I'm like stronger and I'm in a better situation than I was a while back, I'm able to return, like, you get what I mean, to pay it forward. And spirit told me I was ready. So you can get off my page, just like sample that girl. I mean, she knows who she is. She was very disrespectful and rude. She said something like, she was just nasty. And I was gonna reply, but I'm like, nah, I'm good. I just removed her. But now I just feel like I didn't ask for your opinion. I just said what I heard. You don't have to hear it. Okay? As I said, all you have to do is find out. The spirit I know, the divine I communicate with, doesn't allow me to judge you for how you worship or how you choose to practice. So that's why I don't. The divine I follow doesn't allow me to say that you don't know it. You see what I'm saying? Mine is a lot more accepting and understanding of people's beliefs and their ways. Because I feel like everybody has their own path to follow. And it's not me to tell them who it is or where it is. But one thing I have noticed, that a lot of people seem to be doing the same patterns, whether it's Christian, Muslim, this, the spirituality, follow whatever you choose. I feel like as long as you choose to live a good, loving life, strong life, positive love, like giving back to people, you get me, I mean, raising kids if you can, like whatever it is, you've been a kind person, a loving person, a generous person. You worship or follow whatever you believe is your path, even if you don't. You get what I mean? Believe in something. I still believe as long as you live your life a certain way and have a certain nature, positive, loving nature, that we're gonna all end up in the same place. I do. And I base it on things I've heard. I mean, Jesus said something, maybe I'm wrong. Now, don't paraphrase me because I can't really think of the words, but he said something, Jews, Gentiles, something. Some of everybody will all be in paradise. Everybody's going to be saved, right? So if some of everybody's all going to be saved, then to me, that means it doesn't matter how you worship. That's one thing. As long as I think we're all worshiping the same higher power, creating source, the creating source that's created us. Let me see, how could I put that? The same source that created us in its own image, right? Gave us its own power, right? Its own power. I said this before. So if we have that power, we are in ourselves have that creation in us too, right? We have that power in us too. So doesn't that make us gods as well? Gods and goddesses as well. Creators as well. Creations as well. We create our own universe. We create our own life. So that's what I believe. So how are you? And I believe that source is pulling me closer to it. Spiritually, mentally, intellectually, however you want to put it. Because we've been tapped in. And I've been following it now for about, I can't even say how long. But I've been like step for step following it, and it's been guiding me very well, ma'am. So I don't know which one you're connecting with, but if it's telling you it doesn't know me, then I don't know y'all. You hear what I'm saying? I appreciate you, but you ain't had to be here. Now that was just one little FYI I had to give everybody, because that's how I'm coming when it comes to this me. And it's sad. I don't mean it to be sad, but the old me would have never addressed her. The old me would have let it go. And that's why I initially started not to. Because the old me never, I don't want to say never stood up for myself, but I was too understanding. I would take that hit emotionally and let it go, because she didn't know what she was doing. No, she knew, that's why she did it. And now she's knowing that. I know too, lady. That's how I handle that situation, though. I'm not going to dwell on it. That's the end of it. Everybody else who loves me and welcomes me, thank you. That's all love and light. I appreciate y'all being here. I welcome y'all stories. I welcome y'all journey. I really do. I wholeheartedly do. Because I want to tell you, lately, the divine tells me, is telling me I have to tell people stories. Like, I know I'm a writer. Writing is somehow connected to my destiny. So I have to tell people stories, because people tell me their stories all the time. I don't know how. So like I said, y'all, I'm here. I love speaking with you. I enjoy talking to y'all. So, bye.